So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the present active participle. We've been talking about it in class, and here's a good chance to kind of review everything, make sure we have a solid grasp of it. Before we move on, we want to make about with the present active participle specifically, we want to talk about participles in general. Participles are the combination of two different parts of speech. They're the combination of verbs and adjectives into a verbal adjective. Modifying nouns, acting on their own, doing different things in Latin sentences. Now, the present active participle in English is identified by an ing. Right? But you want to be careful, because in English, words with ing are sometimes put together with linking verbs to create verb phrases, like I am fishing. And this is not a participle in English. This is a verb phrase combined together. We could see a participle like while fishing, I fell into the river. Except river is spelled with an R. There we go. I fell into the river. Fishing here is being used as a participle. Or we could see this type of participle. Theseus is an outstanding hero. Here we have a participle, a present participle, modifying the noun hero. He is outstanding. All right? So you got to be careful with English. Now, luckily for us, Latin is pretty simple. The present active participle forms look very different from the verb forms. All right? So the identifying mark of the present active participle, if we remember, is having both either an ns in the nominative form or an nt in the rest of the forms. All right? Now, since it's a present active participle, what stem are we going to use? Yes, we're going to use the present stem. And we get that from the second principal part. So if we were to take a verb like clamo, clamare, clamawi, and we want to make it a present active participle, we're going to take the second principal part, clamare, and we're going to get the stem, and we can get the stem by, yes, chopping off the RE. Nope. You want to keep the A there. The A is important. So we have clamans for the nominative form, and then clamantis for our genitive form. And then we just decline it like any other third declension adjective. So clamanti, clamantem, clamanti. This is a weird form. Remember, adjectives have an I in the appellative, not an E. Clamantes, if we're dealing with masculine or feminine. Clamantia, if we're dealing with neuter. Clamantium. This is the other weird thing about adjectives, is it has an IUM, not just a UM. Clamantibus, clamantes, and then clamantia repeated for neuter. So this is masculine, feminine, neuter, neuter. All right? And then clamantibus. All right? Now, if we were to look at this, where we see that it's a verbal adjective, so it's declining like a third declension adjective. It has to agree with the noun it modifies in three things: gender. So when looking at a present active participle, we can tell 6 different things about it. We can tell that it is a present active participle. And it always has to be active. You can never have a present passive participle. It's always present active participle. So you can tell those three things. So it's telling the tense, the voice, and the mood. And then you can also tell the gender, the number, and the case. So take, for instance, Clemantes. Say we were saying the Clemantes Survey, the shouting slaves. We know it's a present active participle. We know Survey is masculine. We know the number, because of the ES, it has to be plural. And then the case, well, we know that Survey can only be nominative, it's plural. So Clemantes has to also be nominative plural, and so we can put nominative here for the case. So whenever you look at a present active participle, there's always 6 things that you can tell about it. The tense, voice, and mood, the gender, number, and the case. All right? Now, it's pretty easy to identify that something's a present active participle just because of the NS and the NT. That's the main thing you want to remember, is those things. But then also remembering that it's agreeing with another noun is going to help you out a lot. All right? And so that should kind of cover all the basics that we have with present active participles.